Hi, for my Wednesday wisdom today, I want to respond to this person's comment. See, I love conversations like this because for me, it starts to bubble up a fierce joy as I reflect on how God's plans often defy our religious boxes. But these days, my faith looks less like clinging to a prepackaged blueprint and more like sifting through rubble. I hear what you're saying. I really do. But when I read that, it stirs up a lot for me. And the reason is I'm walking through this weird, raw season where phrases like God's plan, they feel overly complicated. I mean, not because I don't want to believe in a divine purpose, because I do, but because I've seen how easily those words, they get weaponized. I mean, how many times have you heard trust the process and it has been used to shame doubters or silence hard questions? And, I don't see it as a crisis of faith, but a divine invitation, a holy shakeup, if you will, to help shed the layers of man made tradition that have suffocated the gospel's radical freedom. See, I'm reminded of how Jesus flipped the tables and he called out the Pharisees. They were so sure their rituals and their rules were God's plan. Yet they missed the Messiah standing right in front of them. Sometimes tearing down the scaffolding of certainty isn't rebellion. Instead, it's obedience. What if our questions and our doubts aren't stumbling blocks, but stepping stones toward a faith that's alive? The Holy Spirit isn't threatened by our unraveling. Actually, I believe He's the one who's holding the thread. So I've found so much freedom in realizing that God isn't confined to the tiny doctrines or the cultural Christianity or the Western Christian view that we drape over Him. Our deconstruction might just be the Spirit's way of redirecting us towards the raw, untamed beauty of the real kingdom. Personally, this journey, I think it's charged with hope because here's the wild truth. Even as we dismantle, the Spirit reveals. So what feels like loss, I have come to realize is actually really grace making space for a faith that breathes. So it's less about for performance and more about presence. And just as Jesus prioritized the heart over hollow piety, maybe our holy disruption is aligning us more deeply with His upside down view of the kingdom. So here's to the deconstructors, those who question and those who flip the tables. The same God who shattered Saul's religion to reveal Paul's purpose is still turning tombs into gardens. As I go through my reconstruction phase, I am relearning how to pray. And sometimes the prayer is just simple. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief.